Good evening, and yet again, good evening, everyone. You already know who it is, but in case you forgot, I don't mind giving you a slight reminder. It's your best friend, your good Judy, your next door neighbor, your niece, your nephew, your cousin, and I've recently been promoted to great auntie. My name is Norman J. Liverpool IV, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of What's the LGBT? So tonight we're doing things a little bit differently. So everyone's going to be on the screen all night because I need to figure out how to do all that good stuff. So anyway, I want to talk to you really quick about the intensive masterclass that's going to be taking place on October 17th. I am hosting an intensive masterclass that's called Confidence Unlocked. This masterclass is for you if you're ready to own your own shit, walk in next level confidence, stand out and shine, and unleash your unicorn power. You can register for only $47 at bit.ly/confidence unlocked. Now, I want to tell you something that's really been on my heart. Recently, I came in contact with a phenomenal woman who you all will meet named Benir Pierre. You'll meet her on the 21st. She believes so strongly in what we're doing here that she doesn't want price to be a factor if you're truly interested in taking part in the masterclass. So I have 2 paid scholarship positions. So if you're interested and can't come up with the money, don't let that be an obstacle. Reach out to me, and I have 2 spots available, paid for, and that will be on a first come first serve basis. Also, don't forget, I also offer hot seat coaching packages. This allows you to work with me one-on-one to truly attain the goal that you're seeking. If you are interested, you can email me at norman@overthetopliving.com, or you can contact the Over the Top Living headquarters at 702-826-1299. I do have to do a small disclaimer that the views and opinions expressed by the guests of What's the LGBT, are their own. Okay, even if they are sitting in my living room, it's their own, and it does not necessarily reflect the views of Over the Top Living or Norman J. Liverpool IV as a brand. I can't post the flyer because the mouse is over there, but the information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Tonight's sponsor is LIE International. That stands for Liberate, Innovate, and Elevate. Join me and LIE International on November 14th for the Mind, Body, and Business Expo. Several speakers will be featured. There will be music and raffles. And we're going to have some good food too there. But we're looking for donors. This particular event is going to help children currently in foster care. So we are looking for toiletries, personal care items, clothes from newborn to 17 years old. I'm going to be posting tomorrow the drop-off location where you can drop off your, your items. But make sure when you drop off the items, you're dropping them off on behalf of Over the Top Living, okay? And it does not necessarily reflect how children. Turn it off, Adrian. So I'm going to have that information posted for you tomorrow. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what a gunkle is. So when we were talking about just putting this thing together, I mean, we always get together in KiKi, but I want to break down exactly what a gunkle is so you have the full tea, okay? So a gunkle is the seeker of truth, number one. Their gunkle is always going to keep it real, right? Adrian, would you not agree?
100%.
Okay, we're going to keep it real. Because most of what you feel that you may be going through, we've already gone through, and we use our experience as knowledge. We are also the keeper of secrets. Your gunkle will keep every word you say in a mental safe deposit box. And as Adrian said, the CIA and FBI could not make the man spill your tea. But what's really cool about it is we're also your myth buster. We're always going to make sure that you receive accurate information on all topics. And if we don't know, we're going to find out someone that does know because we have the receipts to back up the information. And what we're also is more than a friend. We're your chosen family. He is the one that has true access to your truth and your loyalty. And our only mission is to aid you in being the best you possible, to help you unleash that thing that's beautifully you, that unicorn power. And now it's time to meet your Guncles. And this is very awkward because typically I do this with them in the background, but y'all just gonna see me do it. All right, so Guncle Adrian. Oh, another thing, your comments. Please comment. I can't put them up on the screen, but comment and we'll come back to them. So Adrian is the spouse to his loving husband, a father to 1 fur baby, and a brother to 2 brothers and 3 sisters, and a Guncle to 4 nephews, 3 nieces, and now to all of you. His chosen family consists of $2 and 7 sons. My God. To some, he is called Mama A. To others, he is just Adrian. His mission in life is to increase awareness of melanated excellence and to preserve melanin-related history through based conversation and through an exchange of knowledge. If you want the truth with no chaser, Guncle Adrian is the Guncle for you. His life experience consists of obtaining his BA in vocational rehabilitation, completing his graduate coursework from Auburn University. He's a proud member of the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, Incorporated, 5 years as a lab assistant, 2 years as an educational tour guide, camp counselor. So basically what he's telling you, he's done it all, okay? 6 years in education and 15 years in property management. So listen, if you need anything under the sun, Adrian has got experience on that.
He's old.
Okay. We have Guncle Daniel. Daniel Bakley has been an insurance consultant for over 10 years in Las Vegas and in Santa Rosa, where he lives with his fur baby, Scar. He loves his family and the friends who have been so supportive. He is the Guncle to close friends, children, and just met his newest nephew, Aaron. He can be reached on Facebook, Instagram, or directly by email or cell, which he'll make sure you have that later. Guncle Brian has been in healthcare for 36 years. My God. And he currently holds the position of CEO at a surgical specialty group here in Las Vegas. Brian has 3 children and soon to be a first-time grandpa. I didn't read that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Next month. Well,
Next month?
October, yeah.
This month.
So that's like 9, isn't that? That was 9 months in the making.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's,
So my thing is, why are we just hearing about this? Shame. Brian is the Guncle to 18 nieces and nephews, and now all of you. Since his last appearance, girl, this is what I tell you, this thing is in bold. Hand me my glass. So since his last appearance on the show, he wants y'all to know that he is single, baby, and he is ready to mingle.
Cheers to that.
And since the last time we were all together, I'm not.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's right. You're not. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So you know that we keep things moving around here at Over the Top Living. Brian enjoys long walks on the beach, rainbows, and puppies. Okay. So listen. So I want y'all. I know I just gave you that very formal introduction. I'm not used to having to look side by side. I'm used to just looking straight ahead. But so I just gave that formal introduction. But Adrian, I would like for you to start by introducing yourself in your own words and just tell our audience why you're excited to be a Guncle.
Why am I excited? Someone was mine. Someone took a moment in time and said, you're worth more than what you're putting out right now. You know, in your 20s, you're running around like crazy, trying to be everything to everybody. Someone pulled me aside and said, no, that's not what we're doing today. We're going to do better. I was very fortunate to have 2 incredible people in my life to help me navigate this crazy road. I spent most of my time not revealing who I am, and those people brought it to light for me. And one particular person, Laverne, was transgender, and I've known her my whole life and didn't know it. She's from my neighborhood, and this was back in the 70s when you had to, in certain neighborhoods, you knew that dude that wears a dress and makeup and wigs is not the one you want to fuck with. They're not the one. And that person took me under their wings and said, you're going to be who you are. You don't have to be us. You don't have to be them. We're going to make sure that you're going to be the best that you can be. And that person is the reason I honestly went to college. That's the person that pushed me out of my neighborhood and out of my comfort zone and just said, go fly. We'll be here to catch you if you fall. It is only out of respect and it is only out of lineage that we do the same. And I truly feel that that's what we're missing in our LGBTQ plus community. We don't have those elders. We don't have those guncles. We don't have those lesbians to guide us. And some of the younger generation think they know everything. We did too. But at some point, it's going to come to term and you're going to be like, okay, I got to talk to someone. And sometimes a stranger is a better listener. A lot of times a family member is an even better listener. When you don't have that biological family, you will always have us as your chosen family.
And you know what? It's so funny because one of my past guests, Dr. Timon Davis, she said the reason why she didn't even put doctor on her name here was because she wanted to be able to sneak in the room. Right. She wanted to fly under the radar. And so I think that's a great point. So Daniel, what about you? Like, why is being a gunkle, you know, in real life and also now on this platform, why is that important? Why are you excited for that?
So thank you for inviting and thank you for this opportunity. I feel like being a gunkle is cool to me because as a kid, I had my Uncle Jason that we called Bunkle. And that was because we used to watch Uncle Buck with him, and he used to babysit us and like make these killer pancakes and eggs and crazy stuff. Like if you ever seen the movie Uncle Buck, anyway. And he wasn't gay, but he was like the uncle, the cool uncle, the fun uncle. We used to hang out with him, and I didn't have sorry, Dad, I didn't really have a father figure around for most of my life. We've since reconnected, but as growing up, I didn't really have the male figure to look up to, and so I depended a lot on my uncles. So my Uncle Jason and my Uncle Rick have become like the dad to me almost, or the father figure in my life, and I know what it feels like to look forward to seeing them and to want their attention or their approval. And recently, it's crazy how many of my friends and family are having kids, and all these families are exploding. And you had mentioned, I got to meet my friend Stephanie's baby Aaron, who's 5 months now. Adorable. And I love my friend Sarah. She has all these kids, and I've always been like the gay Uncle Daniel to all these people's kids. And I love that, you know, if they can't talk to somebody there, they always can come talk to me. And they know like I'm out and open, and they know that I'm the gay uncle or the gay friend or whatever of the family. So like if or when that time comes that they need someone to talk to, hopefully they'll have that person in me, or at least know that, hey, Daniel's accepted and this is not a big deal. And I just want the next generation to feel comfortable coming out, because I know how hard it was for me when I was younger. So I love the opportunity. Yeah.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers. And
Here
cheers
we go.
to
We're just gonna be cheersing all night. So,
What's
right.
the word? Antioxidant?
Oh yeah, he says antioxidant.
Antioxidant.
We drink an antioxidant.
There we go.
So Brian, not only do you have children and a bunch of nieces and nephews, you're about to have a grandchild.
Yep.
But why is this what we're doing here? Why is this important?
Well, you know, for me, growing up, I knew very early on that I was gay, and I stayed in the closet. And for me, having a family was always very important, because my family was very traditional. I was raised by my grandparents. So, you know, I had the stay-at-home mom, I had the farm, I had the country, and so family for me was very important, but I never thought that I would be able to have a family of my own. I never thought it was going to be a reality for me. So when my sister had children, she fell into some hard times, and she eventually had the children taken away from her, and they were given to me temporarily. And that was my, I guess, transformation into parenthood. And I saw the transformation in the kids. and the positivity that they experienced and the better life. I mean, you know, I'm very fortunate. I have a job where I am very prosperous and I make good money, and my family are rural farmers or uneducated people that don't work. So their children grow up in poverty. So I've been able to kind of spoil them, but show them a better path. Like, it doesn't always have to be this way. You make your own destiny. You make your own future. And so, you know, I mean, even to this day, right now, my nephew lives with me. He went out and he was affected positively by me, I'd like to think. And he went and joined the military. He got an education and he's making something out of his life. And that's great for my family, but also interacting with today's youth, they don't know the struggles that a lot of us went through. Like, we couldn't walk down the street holding hands like you can now. You know, we would have been bashed, killed, beaten up. You know, and our clubs, our social life, you had to go into a back alley and find a secret door and do a little knock. And
not a little knock.
You know, no, seriously. And today it's just, you know, you can walk in the front door of a gay bar and not have to think twice, but proudly about it. And that's great. But what I think a lot of the youth that are missing today is the sense of family, the sense of belonging, the sense of support and real struggles that a lot of us have been through, so that you can do this today. And being that mentor and being that person to show them that there's something better, just, it's a part of who I am and a part of what I want to leave behind for people. I want to be able to say, hey, you know, I read a little meme, I think it was on Facebook or something, that when you tell somebody your struggle, it's going to be their survival guide. You know, and so to me, I think that's what Guncles are about, is just saying, look, you know, I know that you're struggling right now, but this is what I've been through, and I know you're going to come out better than that.
It's like clearing the path.
And I love that. And I think that's why, for me, you know, I don't have children or grandchildren. I am so blessed to have one beautiful nephew, Israel. But for me, it was important because I knew growing up, like, I didn't have like a positive Black gay role model. Now, I had Uncle Melvin, but as you guys, I posted about him, but with Uncle Melvin, it was very don't ask, don't tell. So Uncle Melvin didn't tell you he was gay. He didn't ask. Like, we just knew that he liked to draw his eyebrows on. And no, seriously, he would like to draw his eyebrows on. He would wear these big scarves that he would drape around, and he would wear these fitted pants, and, you know, he was very that. And what was crazy is it wasn't until after he died that I realized how much in common we had, because I found his old letters and books. This man was a genius. He had notebooks of short stories, novels, journals. And I remember at his funeral saying, wow, I wish I could have really got to know him. And that's why this is important to me, because I want people to see that, yeah, Black gay men, we exist. Right. And we're not always the stereotype that is portrayed. But Brian mentioned going to the club. So I'm going to switch gears really quick. Have we all heard the song WAP?
No.
Oh, good.
I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard the song WAP?
I haven't seen the video. I haven't heard that. No. Is this the one?
Well, I can't play it because they'll do copyright infringement on me. But so have you heard WAP?
Yeah.
Is this the one with the video that everyone's talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Have you seen it, Adrian?
Okay. So many times.
So listen. Wait, really quick. We have so I'm on my phone, guys. You know, typically I don't carry my phone, but that's the only way I can see your comments. Crystal Cassadine, thank you so much. Oh, my boyfriend Jaden is watching. Thank you, babe. Oh, come on, Benair Pierre is in the room. Audrey is in the room. What did Crystal say? Crystal says, people feel it's okay to toss others, people to the side, so it's not. Having a gunkle or other chosen family is so important to growing as an adult. My chosen family has literally saved your life. Well, girl, you literally,
Amen, Crystal.
That's it. That is it.
That's it.
So, getting back to this WAP, I want to talk this because you talk about chosen and these wet ass.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so the reason why
Female genitalia.
but if you listen to it on the radio, it's called Wet and Gushy. But
Either way.
The reason being is because I found a video online.
I
and
think
it was,
I need more antioxidants.
yeah, pour it up. But there was a video of like this young people playing it for like their older relatives, and they just went in. So Adrian, what was your reaction to WAP? Oh, thank you.
Man, it was not that big of a deal. Go back to the 30s and 40s. They said much worse.
Okay.
Oh, really?
And see, that's the thing that I thought, because I remember being around older folks talking about, I want to lay up in it, make it soaking wet, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm just like, but they're mad at WAP?
They're not mad. They got a new target. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think about WAP?
You know, to me, it is just sensationalized to get ratings, to sell records. It's a shock because while it's going to appeal to a younger generation and they're going to love that, but what is going to happen is with all of the social media like TikTok and, you know, all of that, it gives them a platform to perform. And it's a shock value. It's, you know, and that's what they're using it for.
And my thing is, I think it's shocking, but I love it. Like, because to me, this is the thing. To me, it expresses body positivity, sex positivity, femininity. Like, I like the words, because even there's a song by Summer, I can't think of her name, and she wrote a song called Girls Need Love Too. She was like, all these guys can talk about them getting this pussy and they're getting this and they're getting that and back that ass up and all the holes and the freaks. So she said, well, girls, I mean, sometimes girls just want it too.
Get it. And
so
I agree with it on that level. Like it should be. I think it equal pay, equal all these things. Like I think, yes. Can
I guess I'm a little bit more old school where.
Wait, but you heard Lil' Kim when Lil' Kim came out with her album, what, 15 years
that,
ago?
Kaya, my neck, my back,
all
of that.
Yes. Like this isn't new.
It's not new, and like I said, it's more just shock performance, and it will give people a platform, and that's what a lot of entertainers are doing these days is making this shock song or making this, you know, shock video. And what it does is it gives other people a platform to copy the music and do their own little thing and put it out on social media.
Can I throw out some positive note on entertainment news like that? Did you hear Chadwick Boseman donated part of his pay from 21 Bridges to, I can't remember his co-star's name, because she wanted more money and she was going to drop out, but he wanted to work with her. This is totally fun, positive news I heard today. He gave up his salary to her so that there'd be equal pay and she would get what she wanted.
Who did that on
I know this is a little off topic, but it's so like
No, but it's
no. I understand.
like
but
female
I think
positivity.
I
like
think,
being equal. I think they should have the right.
Was it Big Bang that they did the same thing? That somebody wanted to stay in the show, but they offered them less, so a lot of the people gave up part of their salary.
It's like
to
the soccer players that now they're getting equal pay soccer. I mean, like I love it.
Yeah.
I think equal is equal. I mean, like it should
I say like this. If you want to put your WAP out there, get it. Because I think like this.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a social media. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. All of that. So I definitely feel what you're saying. Like it's definitely attack. Like it was done strategically.
Oh yeah.
But I say
it's
maybe
a marketing tactic.
maybe secure. Oh,
But it's her right.
oh, he gone.
Where'd she go?
He gone.
Welcome back.
He back.
No, My charger, for some reason, isn't working, and my computer's about to die. So give me just 1 minute.
Okay, so Crystal says WAP was a way of reclaiming certain things that cisgendered heterosexual men used against women.
Right.
Just like the gays have transitioned bitch to be an endearing term.
Not really.
Media is mad that Cardi and Megan won't allow them to use their sexuality against them.
No, Megan's great. Cardi's great. Let them do their thing. Everyone should do their thing. It's a free. I mean, for now, it's a free country. I mean, we should appreciate that, and we should go. Women, men, transgender, lesbian. Every letter, everything should be.
Yeah, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I just, for me personally, it's not something that I would listen to. But I can totally see where they're going with that. And I think that's great that they're using that as a platform.
I wish I could put this comment up on the screen. Baby, Miss Beneer Pierre says, I hate WAP, but I'm all for their self-expression because cis men love stifling women. They want a virgin as a wife and a hoe with a WAP as their side chick.
Amen.
Ooh, baby.
So, no, I'm not going to get into that.
Baby, but I mean, she's speaking the word. Did you hear the comment, Adrian?
Yes.
Well, what do you say that she says that cis men love stifling women? They want a virgin as a wife and a hoe with a WAP as a side chick.
Here's the thing. When it comes to music and writing lyrics, we come from a generation and generations before us that used a really good thesaurus and used other words to inflect that same feeling. So you had to almost be a detective in order to understand what's being said. The difference is that they're just going straight up, balls to the wall. This is what I'm saying. That's the only difference.
It's like art.
That's the only difference. But I swear, if you go back in African American history, especially as it pertains to jazz and blues, and listen to some of the ladies from that era of the 30s and 40s, they did the same thing.
Yeah.
The only difference is that you can't be killed for it now.
Well, and it was classier then. They were much classier about it.
Well, you go back to the 60s.
They were not.
They weren't.
With the song "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." That was a song about LSD.
I was going to say about drugs, right?
About drugs.
Exactly.
But you had to decipher it. You had to think about it. But there were people out there just singing that song that had absolutely no clue. Right. And for those people that knew what the song was about, you were just like, oh,
we don't even have to go that far back. Remember, I Want to Sex You Up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about the lyrics.
Or what's I'll come back to it. There's a song that they talk about.
Baby Veneer says, yes, Adrian, I agree. I miss the poetry of old school.
Right.
Yes.
You had to figure it out. And,
yes.
You know what? I got a better way to say it. WAP is the lazy version of all that poetry from the past. A little mystery goes a long way.
I don't see it that way. I don't see it as lazy.
It's current.
I think for me, and see, I want y'all out there in Facebook TV land, your guncles are not always going to agree, but we always are going to operate on your best interest.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that it's
lazy. It's generational.
Right.
I can totally
you couldn't put WAP
relate.
Radio back then.
Right, exactly. But I can relate to Adrian. What he's saying is that it back in the day, you had to put some work into figuring out what this song really meant.
Yeah, you're right.
Now
which meant the writers had to put some creativity into developing that song.
Exactly.
Now it's like, we want to talk about pussy. We're going to talk about pussy.
Now it's just like,
you want to talk about
bam, there it is.
What'd you say?
I mean, do we all remember Slap It, Flip It, Rub It Down?
Oh,
hey, come on. Come on.
You gotta lick it before you stick it.
Thank you.
You gotta get it something wet so we can
It's always been there.
By the way, a cassette is this.
Right. So since we're on the topic, I'm gonna move down in the list. So let's talk about sex in quarantine, honey, because baby.
Girl.
So for those of you, right? So y'all know, when this series originally started back in the beginning of quarantine, it was called Quarantining Time. It was in the middle of when all of the pandemic and the shelter in place and all of this kind of went down. So I kind of created a Wednesday night platform to kind of KiKi. But let's talk about that. Like, I mean, you're married, Adrian.
The well has dried up.
But you know what, Adrian? But the thing is, even though you're married, like there's still the component of the mental aspect of being in shelter in place as it relates to, wanting to be intimate. So like, let's just open up the floor to talk about like sex in quarantine. I know for me, baby, you weren't coming in this house.
So, being recently single and
very recently
and going back to social media, Grindr.
This social media.
Yeah. Come on, Uncle. We should clarify what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So Grindr, Scruff.
He's on all of them.
Whatever. It's. You're right. It's like, no. I mean, I work in healthcare, so I see the daily repercussions of what COVID is doing. And to me, my life is worth more than a one-night stand.
No, for sure.
But what the interesting thing that I find, though, is being back on the apps, there's no regard for that. It is totally just self-centered.
Like tonight's the last night.
Self-centered, immediate gratification.
I had someone message me and was like, "Hey, can I swing through? I'm gonna wear a mask." Like, what? And he was like, "Yeah, I won't even take my mask off."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Now, this was months ago, like when we were like in the thick of it. Luckily, I don't have an issue. My boyfriend is watching. This is not recent, but like my thing is, like you said, there was no regard for it because it was like we were in that instant gratification mode. So as a single person, because you weren't single all the way through.
No.
So let me go back to, I want to hear with you. How has it been for you? Like, what does sex in quarantine look like, Gunkle Daniels?
So Gunkle Daniels, very old school. I don't want to say 100% of the time, and there's people who could vouch for that and no comments.
Okay, let me check your
comment.
comment.
Check that comment.
Yeah, fact check that. So I mean,
antioxidants.
Yeah, cheers to that. So in all reality, in a perfect world for me, I would have one person that I've been with since I came out of the closet, and life would be good, and I would be happy with that.
Storybook, happy ending.
Yes, I'm good with like the single relationship until I die, and people admire that and blah blah blah, and or those that don't understand it don't. I really feel like, to me, like I think across the board we all feel very much like we're into the old school, a little bit of the romance and first kiss, the magic behind that and all that stuff. And so I feel that I've tried to maintain a relationship that maybe did not actually exist in all reality.
I think you talked about that, right?
We talked about it, yeah. That I was driving 650 miles for this person repeatedly from my new home in Santa Rosa, which is like 8 to 10 hours of driving each way. And I would call it a business trip and work like I would get one meeting in that was.
What's his name? Benji, and he was your business associate.
I would get one meeting and it was virtual, and some of them were poolside by his pool, and then it was not healthy, but it was like that to me was keeping me sane because it was something to look forward to. And although we may not have been a couple, like the relationship, the friendship that we were bonded to was so much more than just friends. That to me, that kind of got me through. It was unhealthy. It is unhealthy to a point that I went on to Grindr when I came home on the weekend because I just couldn't take it anymore. What was going on here was not healthy for me. That I met somebody who has been fantastic. Who is, if you're watching, hello. Who is cat sitting and house sitting during this 8 miles away fire danger going on by my house. So I've been grateful to have that. And although I've been away for a week, like I don't have to have sex every day to be in a relationship, and I want so much more than just a sexual component. That when it happens, it's great. But like, I don't know. Like, I appreciate being single because I get more me time. I get to grow.
Well, see, for me, I thought for me it was just it was more of like a physical thing. Like, it wasn't so much like I enjoyed at that time when I was single. Like, I definitely enjoyed my single time.
Right.
But it was like, for me, y'all, for any of y'all that know me, y'all know I went quarantine the house down. It was like I didn't see nobody, I didn't see my family, I was locked down.
Yeah.
So Miss Thing, I just wanted to be touched. Can a bitch get a hug?
Well,
Like,
and I think that's what a lot of America right now is. Well, a lot of the world right now is experiencing is that isolation.
Right.
And you know, even your closest friends that you would go and do dinner with, that you would get that hug, you would get that, you know, arm around your shoulder, that sense of intimacy stopped.
I drove 650 miles for it.
And-
Even if
and-
it wasn't real, I created this thing that felt warm and a hug to me.
But I think that's where a lot of us are going right now, is that we miss the intimacy, and we're willing to do things that we normally wouldn't do to get that, or we would do things to compensate for the intimacy that we would get from friends and family, because we don't have that.
Now, Adrian, you over there going to be very pissed. I can see the wheels turning. Give something. I know you got something for your nibblings.
Here's the thing.
Wait, I gotta stop you.
Antioxidants.
So look, like when you were talking about Kamala Harris like this, when you say here's the thing,
Mama's talking. Everybody shut up.
okay, what's the thing?
This isn't new. So what has happened is COVID-19 has forced us to, unfortunately, be alone with ourselves.
Yeah.
It is a skill and a talent that you gain as you get older, but it's something that we need to explore early in life. It's not my phrase, but several of us used to call certain people microwave booty. You ever hook up with somebody online, you get there, they're already naked, lubed up, and butt in the air? That's microwave booty.
Whoa.
Don't nothing come.
Set it and forget it.
Or microwave booty. It's not optimal,
But it'll do.
but it'll
It's a
do.
fix.
Exactly.
And they're ready in 5 minutes, and you'll go back to it when you're desperate enough.
But here's the thing. That concept has grown so much over the last 10, 15 years that we lost the connection that we have to humans. We've lost our communication skills. We've lost the art of flirting. We have lost the art of catching someone's eye.
Right.
We've lost all that. And COVID-19 came around, and guess what? Those without the skills were hurting.
Yeah.
Those with the skill, it was just another Sunday day. It was not that big of a deal. This is forcing us to relearn some skills that needed to be learned anyway, especially in the gay community.
Well, you know what? I'll speak to that because for me, like I obviously met my boyfriend during quarantine. Or shelter in place. You know, people, girl, I get so many emails. It's not quarantine. It's not this. Well, whatever it is. To me, it was quarantine, child. So I met my boyfriend during that time. And I honestly feel like it created like a different and stronger type of bond because like we spent a lot more time talking. We spent a lot more time.
Well, that's the old way, is that, you know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, back in my day, well, first of all, you didn't have social media. So the only way that you met somebody was either going through a bar.
Tapping on the back door of the bar.
Well, yeah, going to the
You
bar.
had to like read on the phone.
Well, yeah, that too. But we had this
Careful.
magazine, and it was the classifieds. And in the back, they had a secret gay section where you would type a cryptic message.
Not cryptic.
No, we had to do a cryptic message because it was a
W.
No, this was even before that.
What was it?
This is before the internet.
WSM seeks LTR.
Yes,
or whatever.
exactly. And you had to type that, and then you would put it in there, and then someone would write you a letter, and you would go to your PO box, and then, you know, how serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Adrian, I need you to speak to this because I'm just going to be, everyone, I'm the young gunkle. I'm the one that became a gunkle on accident, right? I'm young and free living my life.
This is pre-internet, this is pre-social media,
So talk to us, because me and Adrian have talked about that. And Adrian, you talked about the art of flirting. And that, what is flirting? What is the art of flirting?
Oh, courting.
I want him to, what is it?
Tell us.
The best way to define flirting is getting a positive sexual reaction from someone without speaking.
Yes.
Exactly.
Body language.
Exactly.
Would you repeat that for your nibblings in the back?
Did you just bitch me?
Oh, sorry. Mama A, would you say that again, please, for the children that are residing in the back of the house?
It is the ability to get a positive sexual reaction from another person without using words.
In my
And do you agree with that?
younger days, you would go to a club and you didn't have cell phones, you didn't have social media, you didn't have any of that.
So how did you check in?
So what you would do is
Checked in with that person across the bar
you didn't check in, girl. You just
checked
knew.
You checked in with the person. You were like, hey.
And that's
So
right.
you didn't have to broadcast it that where you were?
No.
Like things work.
So you would
Nobody
go to
died.
the club,
Oh.
and then
Trust me.
if you were available, you stood in a certain section. Ooh.
And you eyed the other people.
And then you eyed the other people, and then you made eye contact.
Or you'd accidentally
and then-
spill or touch or whatever.
Yeah, and then you would approach them if you were interested.
Everybody had a different game.
So let me tell you how it happened for me. So baby, I started dating before Grindr and all of that. I was back in the day of MySpace. But our thing was Adam and Gay.com, honey, and then Yahoo chat rooms, baby.
Or
AOL. AOL love. AOL love.
Las Vegas M for M.
Yeah.
I was like 13 in those rooms, sneaking on the computer.
Right. And baby, that's a whole another episode because,
yeah.
honey, I knew I was baby. But, oh, hey, Jessica. Hey, Olena. Hey, Annette. Hey, everyone that's in here. I thank you so much. I'm not doing controls tonight. We're working on having someone for that. But for tonight, I'm just going to be reading your comments off of my phone. So we talked about sex in quarantine. We talked about WAP. I don't want to talk about sex in quarantine, but I mean, no, because to me, like, there was, like you said, like, it tripped me out how many people who were like, I literally had someone who was like, I won't even come all the way in your house. Let me just come in the door.
Oh,
well, like right here, like, I'm not even going to go all the way in, just
like open the door and bend over.
Right, like that.
What?
But that goes to what we. But the thing
who
is,
needs that much?
Well, the thing is because it goes to what we're seeking. We equate that with something else, right?
I mean, if you think about it, like if you're thinking about a glory hole, a quick fix, something anonymous, like that might be fine. However, why would you?
Why not
go there?
What is a glory hole? You need to explain.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, a glory hole is basically a hole cut out in public random places where people will oral pleasure randomly and not know what's on the. Do you really not know this, or you?
No, I do know this, but I think you.
I don't know how to explain this without being vulgar. So basically, like, and I think there are websites or even like Adam for Adam will tell you where there are
Google glory hole, you'll get it.
Google it, and there's video. I mean,
if you're 18 plus,
and over,
yeah,
and you'll see like it's random oral pleasure through a hole that you don't know what's on the other side. There's videos about girls giving it to straight guys that they replace it with a guy as like a trick, and I know it's all staged, but like, but still, like that is as random as it gets. Like,
oh, don't point back there. There ain't no glory hole back there.
It's just as bad. Bend over in your doorway. You don't have to see me. I don't have to walk in.
But literally,
I'm gonna give it to you in your door. No, what's?
Well, again, it falls back to the lack of intimacy and the lack of self-need to be.
Some people just want to be needed that way, though.
Yes.
Because some people, that is their thing. And if that's your thing, I'm not judging you. However, that is not my thing so much that I'm like, That doesn't make sense to me.
Now, what's your tea, Adrian? Thank you. Because I see. So I've already decided, y'all. We are going to be taking applications for a Gunkle bartender.
Yeah,
Okay?
we definitely need
just
that.
like Andy Cohen be doing the thing. So everyone, the Council of Guncles will be the last Wednesday of every month. I am now accepting applications for volunteer bartender.
With computer skills.
With computers, because you need to be able to know how to work a mouse and pour the drink down into this glass.
And you need to understand antioxidants.
Antioxidants.
Right.
It's very important.
But Gunko Adrian, I know this is why we need to call you in, but I know you're dying to share. Go ahead.
Let's not get it twisted.
Oh,
that's another one.
Ultimately,
comfortable.
I refer to myself as a recovering hoe.
Okay. Oh,
so anything that they're trying, anything that anyone is trying to do right now, and the way we're talking about Grindr and the desperation of someone wanting to come over just to be touched, this is not new.
No.
This is not just a quarantine / COVID-19 thing. Understand, there are places like Club Z in Seattle. There are places like, and Norman, you probably won't remember this, there was a little place over in Vegas where it was just dark tarps and glory holes. And
don't ask me to recall nothing. I don't
remember those days. And understand, we're the generation of the bathhouse honey.
Yeah.
What you think is a freak streak is honey. It's just mayonnaise to us. We out freaked all of y'all. So don't get it twisted.
Wait, I need you to repeat that.
It's just what to us?
We are the generation of bathhouses. Your freak streak is just mayonnaise to us. So all this that we're talking about and online and Grindr and all the little issues they have with, they just want sex. They just want sex. Honey, y'all doing online what we did in person. Step up.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And it's true, because back in our day, we needed a safe place to do stuff like that, because we couldn't be out and up front and in public.
Well, I remember going to the bathhouse in Chicago, and it was just for no other reason than I just honestly for me at that age, it was because I just wanted to be around other gay people.
Wait. There's a club called XXL in London that I went to 5 years ago. It's two humongous rooms with amazing DJs and the best laser I've ever seen in a gay club, and a whole back room of nothing but sex going on.
Yeah.
And this was like a couple of years ago. Like this isn't old. This isn't.
No, it's
every
not.
country does its own thing.
And I was gonna say it's very different, because even like when I went to Mexico,
it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, I've gone to a
Club Wet in Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
How do you don't got to tell me nothing about Puerto Vallarta? How do you think you going in there to get?
Oh my God.
But for me,
get rubbed.
But for me, like when I went to the bathhouse in Mexico, it was not about sex at all. It was like this one had a restaurant inside, like a little restaurant. They had
you hang out there all day. It's
right.
Like
it was So it wasn't so much, but I feel like some of us just wanted, and for a lot of people, that's why the bathhouses and all of those things were so popular, because people just wanted to be around other gay people.
It's very much a culture.
Definitely.
Very cultural.
It depends on where you're at.
That's where the Sunday tea dance began.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yes. Oh, baby.
The drinks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I went
you just
what was the name of that, Adrian? What was the name of that gay hotel down on Sahara in the 15th? The Blue Moon. With the Blue Moon.
The Blue Moon with the pool.
I lived for the Blue Moon. I lived for Blue Moon. Oh, baby, she was there every weekend. What? Recovering. Just keep in mind, recovering.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna leave that alone. That's
antioxidants.
That's too much for camera. Yeah. Right, that's too much for camera.
Yeah,
but bringing it on to a more serious note, because I do want to touch on some things that are serious. So, coming up in the first couple of weeks of October, we have Mental Health Awareness, and excuse me, the antioxidants are making me burpy.
There you go.
Oh,
But so, and speaking of it, we're going to KiKi, but I want to make sure that because we don't know who's watching, and I want to make sure we have fun, but also come back around to the serious stuff. So, mental health awareness is coming up in a couple weeks. And this has become, I feel like, a topic that is more talked about, which I'm very happy about, because I see the conversation shifting from shame to support. Yeah.
This is
Well, many years ago, if you had a mental illness, whether it be depression, bipolar, psychosis, whatever the case may be, it was
don't talk about that.
you don't talk about it.
Right.
You don't.
You don't tell people you're
And if somebody was in your family,
you don't see a shrink. Like,
you didn't.
tell
Oh
people.
no, you didn't see a therapist about it.
Right.
And if it was really extreme, you were shipped off. You just disappeared.
Oh yeah, Uncle just went off.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
He
He's on
moved
vacation.
away.
Yeah, whatever.
He moved
So,
away.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Our crazy was there for everybody to see right on the front porch.
Well,
And I totally get that, but I want to talk to those individuals that may be watching that says, "Oh yeah, it's fun and KiKi," but now I'm dealing with this thing, right?
Like substance abuse
Or whatever. Like I'm dealing with this thing. Like, what? How do we support the? I guess let's put it like this: how do we support our nibblings in looking for, seeking, obtaining the mental health support that they need?
So,
and I'll start with you because you are the healthcare professional.
So, first and foremost, you have to earn their trust and let them know that, look, this is a judgment-free zone. Whatever you're experiencing right now, you're not alone, because there are millions of other people all over the world experiencing and going through similar things. You never say same things, because each one of us is different, and each one of us has our own individual struggles. But to know that you're not alone in the struggle itself is huge.
But what does that mean? Because I think that, to me, that sounds cheesy when people are like, "You're not alone." But
so you know what? I'm glad you said that. We're gonna take turns answering that all the way around the room. Adrian, what does that mean when you say to your nibbling, "I'm here for you"?
You're not alone.
I've even created an email for you. You're not alone. I'm here. What does that mean beyond just the words?
Support is expressing and giving examples of things that you went through that are very similar. Allowing that person to expand on it by saying, "Yeah, I understand that, but mine's different in this way." And then giving them the opportunity to communicate to you exactly what does a very good mental health day look like for you. You take that information they give you and you use that to help them get to that point. So it could be something as simple as, I just want a day where I don't stand in the mirror and think that I'm ugly. For me, that's when I walk into your bathroom with a dry erase marker and put that you're sickening, bitch. You're beautiful. The queen, let the queen out today. Because that's what I want you to see.
What? Come on, Guncle Adrian.
Do you need my address? Because I.
Okay, wait. I got some dry erase markers right here.
It honestly works. And these are the things that were done to me. Because I always thought I was ugly. I always thought I was dumb. I always thought that no one would ever want me. And my big brother came to me and was like, "Look, let me show you something." Took me to the Parliament House. We sat by the pool.
Where is that?
I hit Parliament once.
The house is different. The Parliament, I love it. Anyway,
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
It was just a matter of, we put on sunglasses and we just went north, south, east, west. And I said, you are getting looks and you just don't see them because you're so into yourself that you're not seeing that what is beautiful about you is seen by other people. So he would say, "Okay, look to your west." And I will look to the left. And I'm like, "Okay." and he'll say that person in that shirt or that swimsuit or that color hair or that color eye, just watch. And I started building a little confidence. Now it took years, but I started building a little confidence. And we would do stupid stuff like go down to Miami, walk down Lincoln Parkway, and we would do this very stupid thing where it's kind of where, and everybody knows this trick. You think you talk to yourself and you're just like 1, 2, 3, and you turn around. If that person that just passed you turns back around, that, my dear, is the art of flirting, but it's also confirmation that you are so much more than you give yourself credit for.
And that could be your soulmate. You guys can't let that go.
Well, and what I've found too for a lot of younger people is telling them that they're not alone doesn't mean that I'm sharing the same struggle, but it's a way of saying no matter what your struggle is, I'm here, and whatever that you're going through, I'm by your side. And
Exactly.
if it's just to listen, or if you need a shoulder to cry on, if you need someone to yell at,
Who we
or
fighting?
whatever it is.
I'm Uncle Rock.
Who we fighting?
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think too, excuse me, there's a huge responsibility. Excuse me, these antioxidants, my God.
They're getting to you.
So I just know for me, my uncles did not, in my opinion, did not do Adrian, what is that?
My computer's acting up.
Oh, okay. I don't think they did a good job at just being involved in my life. You know, like I feel like it was, and again, I come from a very traditional Black family where someone like me is very religious views. That someone like me is very different. It's like very, And so for me, in saying that you're not alone is literally saying that I've been in a place where I have felt that I was alone. I'm not in the same room. I'm not in the same room as you.
Yeah.
But in the room that I was in, I felt alone too.
Yeah.
And although you're in a completely different room, you can come to me and I can help you with that aloneness. I can be there with you to kind of shatter some of that aloneness. I may not know anything about your unique struggle, but what I can be is I can be there.
Talk to me.
And I can listen, or we can have a cocktail and we can watch a movie, or whatever that looks like. Just knowing that Gunko Nono is there, and that, and I feel like there's such a huge responsibility, because I have a nephew now, and I look at him and I'm like, I do not want him to get to my age and be like, damn, Uncle Norman didn't do shit for me. Like, where was he? Who is he? Like, I don't want to get to the point where my nephew is over my casket like I was over Uncle Melvin. And like, I never knew this person.
And I can say from experience that having my nephew living with me, there were actually times during this pandemic and quarantine where he was my rock. You know, he was there
But
to
he
just,
didn't know it.
but he had no clue.
Right.
He had no clue.
Now he does. No?
Maybe.
I was gonna say maybe.
I mean, these are those things you need to tell people.
Yeah.
Like, this is important. And quarantine, I found like these are those things that we've kept to ourselves that people need to know, because if something happened to you right now, they need to know what they meant to you.
Yeah.
Should something happen.
And I can say, you know,
For sure.
we, meaning my nephew and I, have really stepped up our bond where I didn't think it was possible, because I thought we had a pretty solid bond to begin with. And since the quarantine, just coming out and talking and being there for each other has just elevated it to a new level, a higher level. And I cherish that, because
It's beautiful.
I have a challenge. I have a challenge for everyone.
Give us the challenge.
All right.
Here's the thing. We just said this was a great time to reach out to people and let them know that, look, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You know, you're not alone, all of that. When was the last time you sent a postcard or a handwritten letter?
Ooh.
In all the time we have, a few words on a postcard that's funny or destination oriented or knowledgeable or whatever. When I receive a letter in the mail, you would think I'm 12 on Christmas morning.
I was just going to tell you.
I'm tired of the letter.
So
I just want to sit there and read it over and over and over again. It just feels everything. And I'm gonna give you an example. My grandmother sent me a birthday card with $10 in it. You could have came to my house with Prada, Michael Kors, and everything else, but that $10 in that card, that means more to me.
Right. My best friend Nicole.
So what is our wait? What is our challenge?
Oh, yeah.
I want everyone to send 5 postcards or handwritten letters to people you have not talked face to face or on the phone in the last 3 months.
And what I want you to do is, because I want you to take a picture of it,
Of the 5.
take a picture and use the hashtag over the top living. Okay? Hashtag over the top living. So the challenge from Gunkle Adrian is to reach out to 5 people that you've not spoken to in the last 3 months and to send them a postcard or other handwritten note. And I'm going to step it up and say, I would like you to take pictures. You don't have to take pictures of the content, but take a picture and tag using the hashtag over the top living.
And can I just shout out to Nicole, my bestest? I don't know how it got lost in the mail, but she sent me a letter in like May that I just received 2 weeks ago in some repackaged thing from the post office because it looked like it had been run over by like some big truck and stuck under a dumpster, and I don't even know. But like she sends me these packages, and she's so good at sending all. There's 7 of us, 8 of us that are like really good friends in 7th grade, and she sends us these amazing packages with stickers all over them and hand-picked out little toys from like 25-cent machines, things that mean something to each of us that like not worth anything, but there were so much just on a personal level.
Yeah.
And I mean, even like the stamps she puts and the stickers and the note, everything's handwritten, and I love it. And I love you, Nicole. You're amazing. Thank you.
Adrian, we have to be kindred spirits here because for about, I would say 10 years now, I do 5 letters a week.
Wow.
And it could be anything from I had a positive interaction with a grocery store clerk or somebody in retail. I make the effort to take down the address, and then I just write a little thank you note, and I do 5 a week, and I'll send them out to either friends, family, people that have interacted with me. You want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never got one.
I never got one either. What?
Right. We all want one. You got 3 right here.
Okay, so
Challenge accepted.
just give me your addresses and.
Well, you know mine. You here. So just right on. But
I want to bring it back around to mental health awareness. Whenever you're feeling down on yourself, take what's left of your positivity and extend it to someone else. The repercussions to that is so great and so healing. And when you get that phone call and there's tears and they're blubbering over there, I didn't think you were thinking about me. You are so wonderful. You start to feel a little bit more. You start to stand a little straighter, more upright. Don't be straight. A little more upright. So it's going to help you too.
Go ahead.
So Gunkle Daniel, I've been through my share of things, and those of you watching who know me, they know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there's plenty more in that. So this is a subject near and dear to my heart, both because I have friends, family, and personally been through it. I truly believe through this month sometime you should have a whole segment or something on this, because I feel like you will get an outpouring of people participating. I mean, you could spend hours on the subject, but there are so many things available to people they don't realize. Every telemedicine system now has some sort of mental health aspect to it. MeMD specializes in that. It's stuff that I do all the time. I promote it every day. I want you guys to know like that. Even if you don't handwrite a card, sometimes I know handwriting is super huge, but there's like American Greetings, and I'm giving away this huge secret that I use all the time. AmericanGreetings.com. I don't work for them or anything, but they create these customized birthday cards that I send to people, and it is so amazing what sending a Dolly Parton happy birthday card that says "Happy Birthday, Norman." She sings a song to him, puts his name in shining lights. This card process is $24 or something for the year. And I can send a custom card 100 times a day, and it's $24 for the year. I just left an account today that I enrolled. I sent 5 to the 5 people who I met with today that were employees at this business. And like, I know I'm giving away a huge secret. Nobody's going to do it, but if you do, good for you, because people love and appreciate this. The fact you took time to like seek this out and do it.
You said $20 a month?
It's like 24. No, for the year.
Oh.
AmericanGreetings.com. They should sponsor you. They should sponsor me.
Oh, I'm about to
They
hit
should
them up.
sponsor me.
I'm about to hit them up.
Look, I mean, I use the F out of them, and they are so good, and people love it. But like, people love that custom touch, and like a thank you. A thank you goes so far. Mental health is so huge. People need to know your health insurance covers it now. If you have health insurance, go use that bitch. Use it. Get it done. Get whatever you have to get done. If you have telemedicine services, get it done. Like, COVID is no joke.
And reach out.
Inside.
I've even found out that there's resources that are available to me through my employer that I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Employers want you to make it through this. Like, not only for selfish reasons, because it costs a lot to replace you, but like, they want you to be well.
Right.
I mean,
They
want you to be well. They want you to be well. They want me to be well. Our employers want us to be well. There should not be people that are dragging us down at work. There should not be like things in our personal lives that we are not addressing. There are resources. So like, Mental Health Month coming, like, please, please, please. I don't care. Oh, wait. Norman said I would mention GuncleDanielson@gmail.com is an email I set up for this.
Oh, I love it. Daniel, S-U-N or S-O-N?
S-O-N, like Danielson, like if you're watching Cobra Kai, like
okay,
wax on.
Yes, Danielson, like Karate Kid. So like GuncleDanielson@gmail.com. If you need support, resources, whatever, I have connections in community in California and here in Las Vegas and Nevada. So like, yes. And,
well,
and we all are
here.
We're all tuned in. Reach out to one of us, reach out to your friends, family, whatever.
So what I want to do is, because I don't want us to give away all of the things, because we have to keep the content hot and fresh for all of you for each month. Adrian, I want you to talk really briefly on what our nibblings can expect on upcoming episodes, what they can expect by us coming together as Guncles, what's to come.
Enlightenment, an opportunity to ask questions that you can't ask anybody else.
Cheers to that.
The truth, the whole damn truth, and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Adrian, cheers to you.
And baby, if you haven't laughed yet, you might want to go get some Depends, because we're just getting started.
I know that's right.
Hallelujah.
Right, honey. So listen, I just want to thank all of you for tuning in. I got to sit up because I got to get down and get the mouse up off the floor. I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is a work in progress. And the thing about it is as this evolves, I'm evolving because of all of you. I'm listening to the things, the comments, the feedback, the emails, the phone calls that I'm getting. So I'm growing just as quickly as I can. We're doing things with production to make it more fun and more entertaining. But at the heart of all of this, understand that we're doing this because we have a heart for you. And it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of passion. So I'm going to end by saying this. You already know who it is. But in case you need a slight reminder, it's your best friend, your good Judy, your next door neighbor, your niece, your nephew, your cousin, your great auntie, and all of your Guncles here on the Council of Guncles. Stay tuned. We will be coming to you live every last Wednesday of the month. So if you want, and I'm going to post all of our information in the comments, but every last Wednesday of the month, we are going to come here and we are going to KiKi and we're going to give it to you, as Guncle Adrian said, straight, no chaser. So now I'm going to get real close so I can play my outro. But I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And as I tell you all the time, my friends, you are the shit. Get up,
Yes.
get up and act like it. Bye, y'all.
Bye.